Swing low, oh sweet chariot, coming for to carry me home. Swing low, oh sweet chariot, coming for to carry me on home.
Now where have all our heroes gone? Long time passing long ago.
But at any rate, everyone, I just want to really make another brief announcement, and that is that you did hear the song from the Nashville Session Players titled Pete's Song, Links in a Chain. I have legal written permission to use that music, and although YouTube keeps saying I'm violating the Nashville Session copyright, Nashville Session Players copyrights, in reality I am not. And I tell you that, and we'll keep telling you that probably every month, reminding you that, because YouTube is apparently consistently attacks people for copyright violations, even if they're not really violating a copyright. I am going to continue to use the Nashville Session Players music because I happen to think they're excellent. Now I will make one observation. In the song it says, "Where have all the heroes gone?" Well, today we may have an answer to one of those questions. So without further ado, we are going to actually introduce one of America's heroes, Jim Collada, who actually was a U.S. veteran. He put that uniform on. He took the risk to keep freedom. And then, you know, he said, well, I served my country. I did my time. But you can believe it or not, he's still serving America. So welcome to Humanity Matters, Jim Collada.
Thank you.
I told you might be surprised.
Yes, I was surprised.
Yeah, a little bit.
I certainly
But
do.
you admit you're a hero. I hope you admit it.
I'm no
Yeah,
hero.
wait a minute. Did you put on that uniform?
I put on the uniform.
Didn't you sign your name? Let's see, remember you had to sign name, sign your life away. Wouldn't you possibly risk your life?
Yes.
And you were fighting for America.
I possibly could have.
Okay, but you were fighting for America. I mean, you were willing to fight for America.
I was willing, but I don't.
So wait a minute, have you ever
I
seen?
don't want to diminish the guys.
But
and the
wait a minute,
ladies
we're not diminishing the guys, but you were
who
one of those
actually
guys.
got shot at.
Exactly, but
I just
wouldn't
wanna
you?
make it
But
clear.
wait a minute. Go ahead, make it clear.
Want to make it clear.
Make it clear.
I'm no hero. I didn't get shot at. I spent my time stateside.
That's still, you had the possibility, right?
Right.
So my point is, any veteran, whether they served as a janitor or a Navy SEAL, there's the potential, right?
Correct.
So why are you trying to act like we're on Abbott Costello? Why are you trying to do an Abbott Costello show with me?
You sort of remind me of Abbott, I guess.
Oh, wait a minute. Well, at least I'm not Costello, thank goodness. I like Costello. But no, my point is, I am not saying that those gentlemen who took a bullet or almost took a bullet, I'm not diminishing them. What I'm saying, though, is once you put your name, you're basically owned by the government, but you're there for a reason, right?
Yes.
And you wouldn't disagree with that.
I don't disagree with that.
You would concur with that, right?
I concur.
Legal talk, right?
Yeah, right,
Legal
right.
talk, you can concur with that.
I concur.
Okay,
I
just had to
concur.
do that. But at any rate, now we get to the business at hand. You didn't just decide to be a veteran, but you're doing something for those men and women who actually did fight for America, did take bullets, and a lot of them did die. So you're dealing with their widows or widowers, and you're doing a lot. So you're still serving America. You didn't just say, well, I did my time. All right, maybe I'll become a used car salesman. No offense to used car salesman. But you're still serving. And you're doing that in the capacity of an attorney that deals with veterans benefits law and elder law.
Correct, yes.
So you know what? Don't tell me you're not a hero. Okay, Costello?
Well,
Is that why it says Coletta? Because you really is kind of Costello.
yes, we
It would be
could.
good. And you know what? I'll go in front of the judge. I'll go up in trial. You want to do that?
Right,
No, I'm
right.
just kidding. No, I'm just kidding. But seriously, in all seriousness, this gentleman is fighting legally and peacefully to represent older adults and veterans, and you have other components in there. So you know what? I can't ask you the wait a minute. Yes, I can. I'm asking the first question.
Oh.
I'm on the format to ask. She said I took her question, so I won't
Okay.
do that. All right, so I'm going to be a nice guy here, because she might pull my hair out, and I don't have much to lose.
All right, well, ask me an easy one
Yeah,
for
I'll
the first
ask
time.
you an easy one. No, it won't be an easy one. All right, it's a tough one actually. PTSD. How could regular American citizens, not that there's anybody that's really regular, but how might we as family members, we as civilians, we as strangers, when we encounter a veteran or anyone who has PTSD, what might we be able to do to alleviate the person who has that? And I know you're not a doctor, but from what you've learned through all your training, what causes that most of the time? And is there a way to treat it? There's probably not a way to cure it. But tell us what you know, and then we'll defer to Annette so that she doesn't say I took all her questions. Because she
Okay.
has to ask questions.
Well,
And then after Annette, guess who's next? Then Brian's going to have a question.
okay.
All right.
Well-
So what is PTSD? How can we help?
Well, PTSD stands for post-traumatic stress disorder.
Yeah, I knew
Okay,
that
it's a
one.
psychiatric condition.
Right.
You know, this has really been around since war has been around.
Exactly.
In World War I, it was called shell-shocked.
Right. I remember that.
But in World War I, if you were shell-shocked, and if you know your military history at all, World War I was trench warfare.
Yeah.
Okay,
Big time.
big time. And the men were supposed to, at some point, go over the top, which means come out of the trenches and attack
Exactly.
the opposing
and go
trenches.
into what they call the dead zone or no
Yes,
man's land.
exactly.
Right.
Well, at some point, somebody with that was shell shocked, they couldn't get
Right.
themselves up.
Exactly.
In the British Army, they would shoot them. In the American Army, they would ship them home. But you were given, especially it happened a lot with pilots. In the American pilots, they were stripped of their commission, stripped of their rank, and then given menial jobs like, permanent kitchen police, made into janitors. But as science progressed, we learned that this is a true psychological illness.
Right.
Now, not only do soldiers suffer from PTSD, but anyone witnessing a really horrific event, such as being in a car accident and seeing your child die.
That's true.
Okay, I mean, civilians suffer from PTSD
Yeah, I will
too.
tell you, I actually witnessed my biological dad get hit and killed by a drunk driver when I was 12 years old. So I could have had it. I was blessed. Somehow I've always been able to stay grounded. I don't know how, because I've been through a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
But yeah, I actually seen him get hit by a drunk driver who actually had a little VW Volkswagen, and they went up about 15 to 20 feet up in the air. And I actually witnessed that. And so I know
Yeah,
that could do that.
That's a
So,
horrific
but
event.
now, this is an extremely terrible thing. But what can we do as society
Well, we have
to help or understand?
Well,
And we do have a call
to
when we're
understand. We have to understand that this is a hidden illness.
Right.
It's a hidden wound.
Right, you can't see it.
You can't see it, But if you know someone who has PTSD,